Alright guys, welcome back to another fanfiction idea, and this one is a Ladybug Justice League crossover. Now I know what you're thinking, really? The Justice League with Ladybug? Well, now that Ladybug and Cat Noir have their own superhero team now, I was kind of thinking, yeah, it'd be kind of fun. And who knows, maybe Action Lab and DC will get together. DC, you've been really open with crossovers as of late, so get with Action Lab, and here's a plot you can use for the story. So what it is that the story I had in mind starts out with Chemo attacking Paris. Now, if you don't know who Chemo is a 50-foot radioactive monster who the Justice League have battled before, but he's more of a Doom Patrol / Metal Men enemy. But he's taken on he's been an enemy to the Justice League before. So the Miraculous team are there taking on Chemo, but they're like, we don't know how to fight this. We don't know, how to fight Chemo. He's not an akumatized villain, and he's wrecking the city, and we don't know what to do. So Marinette is obviously, freaked out because she can't use her lucky charm without an Akuma around, so she's like, well, shit, how do we do this? And the city's getting wrecked. Thankfully, the Justice League arrive and help take down Chemo, but the damage is kind of already done. So, it turns out that Chemo was sent by Hawkmoth. This is all part of the first step of his Machiavellian plan. He was planning with Lex Luthor. Luthor, head of the Legion of Doom, which, by the way, this comic I had in mind, the Justice League lineup, is pretty much the Scott Snyder team, which I really dig. This has been one of my favorite Justice League lineups for a while. Which the team, as you can see right here, is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, and John Stewart Green Lantern. So, it turns out that Luthor has been working with Hawkmoth because Hawkmoth claims, hey, I'm going to take out the League and in turn get the Miraculous at the same time. So, yeah, Luthor loaned him the power to use Chemo, and at the same time gave him something else to use on the League once they arrived, because the point was to get the Justice League out here, to get bring the Justice League to Paris, and when that happens, Phase 2 can go through. Now, Phase 2 is basically while the Justice League is helping clean up damage after Chemo's attack on Paris, and they all have to separate to do so. Hawkmoth essentially has them hit by Scarecrow Fear Toxin. But this toxin's a little more modified. So, rather than make you feel your worst fears and anxieties, it also makes you feel a deep sense of anger and what have you. So it's a new kind of chemical compound that has made them susceptible for Hawkmoth's Akumas. And in doing so, he gets almost all the Justice League members. Notice how I say almost all of them, because one member of the Justice League manages to break control from Hawkmoth's control, and that person is Martian Manhunter, who, when he's about to get akumatized, he manages to fight it off via his mental abilities, and not only destroy the Akuma, but also cause a psychic backlash to Hawkmoth that really is like, get the fuck out of my head. So Hawkmoth is like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. Like, what the hell? How the hell did he do that? So Martian Manhunter is the only member of the now made Akuma League not to be controlled by Hawkmoth, or not so much controlled by Hawkmoth. You see, what happened was when Martian Manhunter broke free of his control and manages to break free of his control from Hawkmoth, what happened was that he caused a psychic backlash that severed the connection between the akumatized Super Justice League and Hawkmoth himself. So they're still akumatized, but the problem is that now they are now free to do as they please. That's kind of the problem now. So now you've got a their own Legion of Doom, essentially, and way more power, way more powerful than they were before. And the only person left out of that control within the League is Martian Manhunter. So now the Akuma League is declaring war on Paris and everyone in there, because now they want the Akumas, and they don't want the Akumas, they want the Miraculous. And what happens is that they're looking for also Martian Manhunter because he's not one of them, so they're going to destroy him so they don't have any more threats. So Martian Manhunter goes to find Ladybug, who, by the way, Marinette's kind of feeling shitty because she didn't feel like she was much help against the fight against Chemo. So what happens is that Martian Manhunter goes to find Ladybug and is like, look, I need your help. The League has been akumatized, and only you can save them. So that was the whole plan, is that Martian Manhunter now fights alongside the League. And you may be wondering to yourself, well, how did in the first place they get the Scarecrow toxin to each and every member of the Justice League? Because there's no way Hawkmoth could have easily planted, like, a certain place for each member of the League to be hit with Scarecrow toxin. And you'd be right, because someone was someone was delivering those. Can you guess who? Did you guess Lila? Because it was Lila. Yeah, Lila went around and got close enough to hit everyone with with the Scarecrow's toxin, thus making them susceptible for being akumatized. So also the other thing is that the reason why the Akuma League is so hell-bent on stopping Manhunter as they are Hawkmoth and getting the Miraculous for themselves, the other reason is because Manhunter is one of the most powerful members of the DC universe. And this is what a lot of writers seem to forget, is that Manhunter can take on the entire Justice League by himself. Everyone thinks, ooh, fire bad, and I'll die. No, it's not like that. You see, fire may be his weakness, and that's, you can easily get fire, but Manhunter's one of the most physically powerful and mentally powerful members of the DC universe. Even Superman said at one point, I wouldn't want to fight Jean on a good day. He's one of the few people in the world who I think could beat me in a head-on fight. So yeah, when Superman says that he can be beaten by Manhunter, yeah, you best realize that that's a problem. So I even had a fun idea in my head where Dark Knight, the akumatized Batman villain, and you may be thinking, oh, really? Dark Knight? That's his name? Are you serious? Well, the reason being is because why I gave them really dumb names like War Queen and Omega Man and Sea Tyrant and Red Death was because Hawkmoth thinks of really shitty, stupid names for each of his supervillains. So I kind of thought, yeah, let's just roll with the really dumb names and have fun with it. So hence why I have them. But anyway, so I had a scene in my head where the akumatized Batman is like, I know your weakness. I can beat you with a match. And he takes out like a match, and Manhunter walks up to him and just punches him. And he's like, how? I had fire. Your weakness. No, you thought you had fire. Because yeah, even though Batman's one of the smartest people out there, he still can't really stop having his head looked into by Manhunter. So yeah, that's the scary thing. So Manhunter, has to physically take on the League with the Miraculous team backing him up. It even gets so bad that even Hawkmoth has to ally with them. So there you go. Anyway, so there's pretty much my idea for a Justice League Ladybug crossover. So you guys tell me in the comments below. What did you guys think of this miraculous Justice League crossover? Did you guys like it? Hate it? How would you do a story like this? Just comment below, let me know. And yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.